Lehigh Valley Nature Center. Like I said, this is a recurring theme. This is a little bit of a reverse angle perspective. That's Palmerton off that way. We're at the Nature Center, the Lehigh Gap Nature Center. That hill we will climb going up that ridge and up to the top. Used to be power lines here by this bridge. I wonder if it used to be a railroad track. Probably did. Walk to light, cross and return 150 feet. There it is. So you guys can say hi.
Hello. Hello. Hi.
I'm not the only one, so we're heading up. What is Lehigh? Is this Lehigh Gap?
This is Lehigh Gap.
Lehigh
Lehigh
Gap.
River
We're going
right
up that big rocky climb. So
here's the trail.
So this is going to be interesting. And the sun's blaring down on me, so I got extra water, and it's going to be rocky. So thanks for coming with me. Let's take a walk. Well, the beginning part is in trees, so we're shaded a little bit, but I can see up there it's about to open up. We're partway up. That's the road. I walked across that bridge over on the right, or on the right side of the bridge. Looking at this camera, it's on the left side. Across the river. Well, there's a landing strip over there. Interesting. So that's the mountain we came down yesterday. Came down that way. That's the river, if we could see from the top. We are at the top. And it's open and breezy, so it should be a good hike. I'm gonna make an editorial comment. This section I'm walking on right now does not look very well used. And the reason is they moved the trail yesterday, which is kind of interesting because the thru hikers are coming through this area like right now. So if you look at your GPS or any of these apps, it looks like you're off the trail. And I just passed some people who are asking me, so there's a rocky trail that I came up, and there's a winter trail that bypasses the rocks. So they were asking me where the winter trail is. And I'm like, I don't know, because I can't tell where it intersects, because it doesn't intersect with this new trail on my GPS, so I don't know the answer. So anyway, just curious why they changed the trail in the middle of the season. I suspect this is why the trail moved. We have some good views. This is excellent. And interestingly, I'm heading that way. Let's see if I can zoom in here. I suspect I'll pass those power lines, and I'm not sure how much farther. So this trail is literally like 1 day old, but I want to show something. So they filled in all these little gaps with smaller rocks. So even on the rocky parts, you can keep going good pace. I suspect this is that super fun site. I don't see any signs hanging here. This may be one of the most open views that I've had on the trail. I think down there in that green spot there, I think that's where that corner was, where the Superfund site was. I can see the fence. That's actually funny because I was trying to figure out which way to go because the blaze is over here, but the trail goes there. We are on the other side of this ridge, and that over there, let's see if I can zoom in here. Okay, those three towers I walked by yesterday, and I don't know if you'll remember, but it was kind of a open view of the river and everything. But we are walking along this main street that goes from Palmerton north. And you can see there's an old processing plant there of some kind. I suspect that's the zinc plant. I don't know. And over there's piles of something. I don't know what. I don't know if that would be zinc or if it's coal. I don't know. But you can see the mountains behind them that are all barren, or that ridge. And that goes on for quite a ways. I suspect they floated that stuff down the river. Once again, for perspective, everything growing here is just shrubbery. So all the vegetation on this mountain was all gone at one point. Everything was dead. Look how nice that is. Somebody spent some serious time on that compared to walking through something like that, walking on that where it's flat. Somebody gets an A. This is exciting. We're walking on a road. Hope it lasts for a while. So we're in a power line cut. You know, I've seen some piles of rocks like that. I'm pretty sure that's probably from the mining. It's kind of interesting. The parking lot is 0.7 miles, but with a trail like that, it's going to take an hour. This is Blue Mountain Drive. There must be some kind of property up at the top of this hill if there's a single power line going up. Nice camping spot. Looks relatively flat and no rocks. I'm gonna make an editorial comment about this. On the book, the AWOL book, it says there's a parking lot at Delps Gap, but that's 0.8 down the hill, and I guarantee you it is steep going down that hill, so you'd have to go down and back up if you're gonna get on and off the trail here. So I would just go the 2.5 miles to the next road. I'm not gonna go check it out, but it's gotta be steep. Nice section. That is an Appalachian Trail mountain frog. You can see people are leaving water at these trailheads because there's not a lot of water up here. And it's hot out. This is just a little bit of a side trip that I took to a covered bridge. This is the Little Gap Covered Bridge in Little Gap, Pennsylvania. It's just outside of Palmerton, just off the Appalachian Trail. So this arch is called a Burr Arch. It spans most of the bridge. I'll go over and show you where it links in. And these trusses are called Howe trusses. So you can see it's a truss on the left side. Then the middle has kind of an A-frame truss. Then we go right side. So here you can see how the truss works. It's actually double. There's two trusses side by side that go on either side of the trusses. A lot of these bridges have had damage over the years and have been rebuilt, so a lot of the stuff is original, a lot of it is not original. A lot of the roofs have been replaced, obviously. A lot of the not the beams, but the road in the middle has been replaced. This one, the abutment has been rebuilt. You can see the concrete abutment on each side. I mentioned that the wood planks have probably been replaced, but this has actually been replaced with a steel grid so it doesn't hold any water. Trout fishing